he'll get this only up to about the 11. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
A man coming off a great rookie year. It's Dameon Pierce. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Option right, here's Stroud. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! Tank Dell with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When we see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there.
It's taken to the 26. Trucks over him. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, today, of course, not just the start of the new campaign. It's the debut of D'Amico Ryans as the Houston head coach. Now, we saw him plenty with the 49ers, what he was able to do with that defense. Charles, what do you think he brings to the table for these Texans?
He brings football intelligence. He brings enthusiasm. He brings creativity. This guy wanted to be the head coach of the Houston Texans, twice a Pro Bowler with them in the NFL. He's come home. Now he wants to finish what he started as a player as a head coach.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Stroud looking to throw.
Flushed out right. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
He'd been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Tackled by the cornerback, Derek Stingley.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Another run here with Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Open man is Flowers. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson now on the move to his left. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. Not the first down play they wanted by any stretch of the imagination. An absolutely huge loss on the sack. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw.
Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And, oh, it'll be intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Now it's Jackson.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd. They'll be down to 1 remaining here in this first half.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
They're going for it with Dobbins.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud.
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Dalton Schultz in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Texans would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Next to score, Texans 14, Ravens 0. Fairbairn to kick off.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Duvernay now going to bring it out.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report.
Likely
Coach.
making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly hopped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
His pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Stroud out to his left. That is caught by Dell. 25 yards that time. Here goes Stroud again. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. They'll run here with Pierce. Fights through it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On second down, here's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Jackson on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. First and 10, it's Stroud. This is caught. Touchdown, Houston. Velus Jones, 31 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it is 28-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And
he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Partner, give that coordinator a raise, because he's been pedal to the metal all game, sending rushers from all angles at the quarterback. And there, within range of a safety, he really made the right call, and it got him to the ground and picked up 2 points.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Stroud now on 1st and 10.
Man open, here is Jones.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Texans.
Stroud to throw it.
He'll find Jones again, complete. Touchdown! Velus Jones, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Texans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know
that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on third. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Stroud out of the gun here. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he's shown a lot of...
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Dameon Pierce.
Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend.
And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Will Anderson, that is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. On 2nd down, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long circuit hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 3rd down, Jackson.
Open man is Flowers. He's got it. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out.
And it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Justin Madubuike
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Sheldon Rankins getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer that...
And this is going to be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to...
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
At CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave the stadium.
And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is impaired.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They go play action now. Jackson.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Right back to Dobbins on first. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got it complete to Aguilar. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Dancing to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the there he goes, right side. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football.
And now off to the races, down the right side.
He's into space past the 25.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.